before I go to a fashion show, I always look at the last collection. We look at the most recent one and see how it's evolving, how that story is changing, because a lot of times they're referencing themselves.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mic'd in Style by Hollywood's Style. In today's episode, I'm joined by Catie Pusateri, a fashion journalist at Fashionista. Her work covers the fashion and beauty industry, and she has also written for Harper's Bazaar and Glamour. Catie gives us insight into how she got started in journalism and fashion, what the industry looks like today, and advice for anyone looking to pursue writing within the fashion world. Don't forget to follow Mic'd in Style on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on social media at Hollywood's Style and visit hollywoodsstyle.com for more deep dives into the fashion world. Hello, Catie. Thank you for being with me here today.
Hey, of course.
So before we get started, can you kind of just tell a little bit about yourself?
Of course, yeah. So I'm Catie Pusateri. I'm a staff writer at Fashionista. I've been with Fashionista for coming on 3 years now. I've always wanted to write about fashion and beauty, and here I am.
Lovely. And then you went to Kent State, right?
Yes, I did.
And you were working for like a magazine
Yes.
there? Can you tell me a little bit about that as well?
Of course, yeah. So I was the editor-in-chief of A Magazine, which was the name of the fashion magazine at Kent State. I started as a writer there my freshman year, and I worked my way up. I was an assistant editor, and then I became the managing editor, and then I became the editor-in-chief my senior year. It's the love of my life. I made so many friends there. It was such an amazing experience, and it really prepared me for my career now.
Right. Did you know you wanted to go into like writing and everything when you were in college, or did you know that before?
I definitely knew that before.
Okay.
I always wanted to write, and I thought that looked like being an author, writing books.
Right.
But when I was in high school, my favorite English teacher steered me towards journalism. She was in charge of the journalism class. She said that it might be a good fit for me, and it was. So I was in the journalism class junior and senior year, and I still keep in touch with that teacher.
Oh, I love that.
So much. I know, I love her. So it's just like she really put me on my career path,
right?
Honestly. Yeah.
And how did you get any like internship opportunities while you were in college?
So I interned for Business of Home, which I got that internship through the American Society of Magazine Editors.
Oh, okay.
My professor told me about that program. She said that might be worth applying to. I applied to it. I got waitlisted, which killed me.
Yeah.
But I was able to make it onto this amazing group of like interns, and they match you with different publications, and so I got matched with Business of Home. And throughout the whole program, they also take you on tours of newsrooms, and they meet other people in the industry. And so I worked at Business of Home for a summer for that, and then I interned at Fashionista. Then I graduated in 2023 from college, and I interned that summer. So I heard about that through actually my roommate who interned with them before me.
Oh, nice.
So that's how I heard about it. And I applied, interviewed, and I became an intern, and I'm still here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you know you always did you just want to like do writing in general, or more specifically in fashion?
I always wanted to do writing in general.
Okay.
The fashion element, I was always interested in it when I was younger. But I guess I didn't connect the two until high school, really. I was the entertainment editor of the paper, and that's when I would write about beauty. I had my own column, and I would write about fashion and beauty there.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized I want to do long-form magazine writing, but covering fashion and beauty. I still love other subjects as well, like culture and politics, but fashion and beauty is what was fun for me outside of work, and so I've somehow managed to combine both of them.
That's great. Do you have like a preference? Like, do you lean more towards fashion or like beauty, or you can't really decide?
I lean towards beauty, if I'm honest.
Oh, really?
I really do. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a beauty girl. I grew up watching the Get Ready With Me's in the YouTube era, like 2014, 16 era. So I love learning about beauty. I love finding new techniques. I love the science behind it too.
Oh, interesting.
And I feel that it also is so much more accessible because I get to try these products, but I don't always get to try the new Chanel bag.
Right. That's so understandable.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite makeup product that you own right now?
Oh my gosh, there's so many amazing brands. I love CL Cosmetics.
Okay.
They're at Sephora. They're a mineral SPF combined with makeup brand. And I also love Adem. Their lip gloss. I go through that so often.
Really?
Also at Sephora. It's amazing. I have it in my bag right now. It's amazing. But yeah, and Say. I love Say as well.
Say?
Say, yeah.
Okay.
SAIE.
Okay, interesting.
Great.
I'm like...
I could keep going.
Yeah.
Those are some favorites.
When you were interning like at Fashionista, what prepared you for the role that you have right now?
So I think it was honestly collaborating with the team. I think that prepares you the most, interacting with your editors, even your fellow writers.
Yeah.
That's how you learn. That's what gets you prepared for everything else. They're there for questions. They're there for help, anything. But I also, prior to that, before even becoming the intern, I can't stress enough how much A Magazine prepared me in college.
Really?
Like working at a college magazine.
Yeah.
Like we were just having fun, but we were doing real work that prepared me for what I would do in this internship and now even my career, because so much of it really transferred over.
Right.
So I think if you can get involved early on, like that is really what prepared me the most.
That's key.
Yeah.
Can you name me like a few tasks that you did when you were at your magazine in college? Like what were the things that you would do like on a typical day?
Yeah, of course. So we used WordPress to manage our website. So that WordPress in college was amazing. I mean, it was awful, but it was very necessary to learn. Same with InDesign. Like, you know, you're learning all the applications that you're going to use when you actually make it to the professional world. And I learned how to interview people. I learned how to talk to people. I grew up very shy. I'm still very shy, but that like pushed me out of my comfort zone because you're interested in the story.
Right.
On the technical level, I also learned how to collaborate with my peers and manage people. I ended up managing a staff of about 83 people.
Wow, 83 people. How were you like not stressed with like school and on top of that?
Oh, I was always stressed.
Okay.
I was always stressed. But because I loved it so much, I was able to commit all of my time to it. It also helped that I was friends with so many of the people I was working with. So working didn't feel like working all the time. It felt like creating art.
Right, okay.
With your friends. So,
yeah.
So that helped with the stress, but it definitely got a little difficult.
Yeah, I bet. Because like doing my blog and everything now, like I have school and then I have work and then I also have this, so I have to like find a good balance. So for when you're in media and everything, how do the media outlets receive information? For example, like when Taylor Swift got engaged, like how did media outlets know like what outfit she was wearing, what brand the ring came from? Like how do you guys receive that information?
We have amazing relationships with PR.
Okay.
So any brand, they will know ahead of time, stylists will know, and so a lot of those early tips come from PRs themselves. They'll send out alerts, mass alerts, normally embargoed, so there'll be an embargo time saying you can't tell anybody. Embargo, it'll be embargoed.
Okay.
So it's a secret. Like you can't tell anybody this.
Right, okay.
It's embargoed until 8 a.m. in the morning.
Got it.
You know,
okay.
So we get a lot of breaking news through like our tips email, and so PRs will just send out these alerts telling us, you know, just so you know, confidentially, so-and-so is wearing this to the Met Gala, or so-and-so will show up to the Met Gala, you know, so that's how people get those scoops early.
Got it.
And it comes down to connections, so even if it's not PRs, they might even know people in the industry working with other people. So everybody talks. So you'll hear it from someone.
How do you network? Like, how are you good at like talking to people and kind of making them open up and kind of building that relationship with them?
Yeah, networking is a necessary evil of the business. it can be really fun, and it can be really natural. It can also be like pulling teeth. So I network by just putting myself outside of my comfort zone. And as I said, like, I grew up really shy, and so it's hard for me to kind of walk into a room and go talk to anyone.
Yeah.
But I think you can just grab a drink, walk up to them, hi, my name is, start a conversation. And if they're not feeling it, they're not feeling it, and you walk away. You shake it off. You go do the same thing with someone else, or you take a beat. The networking really comes down to seeing someone that you, maybe even your age, like you see something in common, you compliment their outfit, you compliment their hair, something to like get you in. Everybody loves a compliment. That also normally works for me. That's like a good starting level. But it's hard. It gets easier, but it's still hard.
Got it. Okay. No, I totally agree, because I feel like people kind of, their ego gets a little bruised when someone's like, oh, like, they just kind of brush them off and like go walk away or whatever. So definitely kind of just push yourself to be out there for sure.
Yeah, because, you know, the worst thing that can happen is that you just go back home. Like, you put yourself out there. You did all that you could do.
Right.
And the best case, you make a connection with someone, and you don't know where that connection could lead.
Yeah.
Especially if you're talking with people who are your own age. You're getting to maybe talk to someone who's going to have an amazing opportunity down the road, and you can remember them in the future and say, hey, I met you at this party, or I met you at this show. I would love to connect again. So it's good to just put yourself out there, as hard as it sounds.
I still remember the boots that you told me, because I looked them up.
I almost wore them today to be a callback, but they didn't go with the dress.
No, I literally looked them up and I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to save money so I can get them, because they're so cute.
They're amazing and comfortable.
Oh, that's too. That's great too.
Yeah.
So being a shy person and you're interviewing people, when you had your first interview, like how did it go? Were you nervous? Like how were you kind of prepping yourself for that?
God, I don't even remember what my first interview was.
Okay.
My gosh. But I know myself, and I know I was absolutely sweating bullets.
Yeah.
I still to this day get nervous for interviews. Not nearly as nervous as I was at the beginning, because now I'm able to recognize this is just another person. We're both people. We can do this. But I definitely was very nervous. But the easiest thing to kind of get you through it is to just focus on them and try to make it an out-of-body experience. Like, as someone who was really shy, I kind of had to like separate myself. I had to tell myself, you have a job to do. The job is bigger than you right now. You need this for the story. You need to write this story in 24 hours, whatever it is. So let's think about the story, because it's not you, it's your words. Right. So I'm able to separate myself and put on this persona that will get the job done, and then I can worry about it later.
Oh, that's good. I love that mentality. I hear a lot of people say, like, it's not about you, it's about whatever project you're working on. It has nothing to do with you, so just do it.
Yes.
So I think that's really good advice.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a time where an interview didn't really go as planned, and you had to kind of figure out how to deal with that?
All the time. This week, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What happened?
Too much. Anything can go wrong. If you're doing a digital interview, you could have the power cut out, or you could have Wi-Fi go out. You could have the person not answer your questions. You could have the person be rude to you. You could have anything happen. It's always up in the air.
Yeah.
It's best to just keep a level head, because in an interview, as the interviewer, you're in charge. You're leading the person you're talking to. You're trying to make them feel comfortable, so you have to kind of keep calm, keep cool. Also, it's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't go well. I've had some bad experiences, not many, thank God, but I always also look at it as they're human. They're probably having a bad day. That's fine. Everybody has bad days. Let's try to come back to this. Right. Maybe it's not working. Maybe let's reschedule. That doesn't always happen. You often have to just push through. But you just go. You ask the questions. If they don't give you good answers, you might not run the story. So it depends on what happens with the interview, I suppose.
Right. Okay. And you mentioned writing a story within 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So what's like the most challenging part about being a fashion writer? Like, is it trying to get an article out like quickly, or like what's like the most challenging part?
That's definitely pretty difficult.
Yeah.
When it comes to breaking news, we have to turn it around within the hour.
Yeah.
So that's difficult.
Yeah. How do you like, when you have like writer's block, how do you kind of get yourself out of that to make sure you make the deadline? Because I bet that's so stressful.
It's very difficult. And it's a lot of, I beat myself up about it a lot. Like if I'm feeling writer's block, like the minutes feel like they're just going by so quickly and I'm wasting time, I just start writing nonsense. I start writing, might not be even about the topic. I just have to get some words on the page to like spark whatever is in my brain to start moving, get the hamster on the wheel, and like, start going. And honestly, most of the time, I'll just write something really bad or something that I don't like. And I'm like, I just have to push through it and let's get a bad sentence on the page, but at least it's a sentence on the page.
Right.
And so then from there, I can kind of be like, okay, how can I edit that? How can I get it going?
Right.
And it helps when there's a deadline. Sometimes that clarity just comes to you where you're like, I can lock in real quick and I can do it. Not always. It does go past the deadline sometimes. But you do kind of have like a sense of clarity. Once you've been doing it for so long, it kind of just like comes to you. Even if it's not your best work, it's the best work you could do at the time. So you kind of have to just let it go, send it to your editor, they'll polish it.
Right. Oh, okay. So you don't necessarily edit it, you send it off and then they edit it? Like how does, okay.
Yeah, so I'll finish writing a piece and then I'll send my draft to my editor. I'll tell them this is ready for edit. They start editing it, however long that takes. Sometimes it goes through 2 editors, depending on the speed at which we need to get a story up. It goes through both editors, it goes up on the website. So
got it. Okay.
That process can take anywhere from like 10 minutes to an hour, depending on if they send it back to you. Because sometimes they'll send it back to you, say, I have more thorough edits that I want you to address. I want you to go back to the source. I want you to ask more questions. I want clarification. I'm not understanding what's happening. So can you rework the whole piece? That's more than an hour. Edits then, but it'll be varying levels of that. So we immediately send it to them.
Got it. Okay. And like with the speed of everything, especially now with technology, do you think digital media is hurting the quality of reporting and just writing in general?
I think it can hurt the quality of journalism, but I don't think it has to. I think the quality journalism is still out there, but I think there's a lot more content that might not be as polished that will just go up. I think it depends on what type of content you're producing. If you're doing fast click news, then yes, that does have to get up really fast. Yes, that doesn't have to be an amazing piece with your most flowery language ever, but that long form media is where my heart lives. And so people are still doing amazing work in that.
Yeah.
And I think it's made it harder for long form media to put out like really quality pieces. But I'm hopeful that especially with the younger generation loving physical media and really like emphasizing that return to it and being away from our screens, I'm hoping that we'll see more quality journalism, especially in the fashion and beauty space, really prevail.
Yeah. I think also with The Devil Wears Prada too coming out, and they kind of showing the whole plot is kind of around how, like magazines and everything, it's not really doing so well, and it's all on social media and everything, and people kind of bringing that to the forefront and people kind of being like, oh, like this is an issue. I think that can also like help, especially with the younger generation too.
Definitely.
Did you see The Devil Wears Prada?
I saw it last night.
You did? How did you like it?
It's fresh in my mind and I feel reinvigorated. Like I feel depressed, but I also feel reinvigorated at the same time.
Yeah.
Because it so accurately depicted the state of media today. Yeah. Which was jarring to watch. And I went with one of my best friends who recently was laid off from a fashion role. Yeah. A fashion writing role. And so the very beginning of the movie, everything felt way too close to
Yeah,
home, so it
yeah.
was hard to watch. But it felt really inspiring because there are people who care. Those people walk amongst us. They're ourselves. They're our readers. They're still out there.
Yeah.
As shown by just how successful this movie has also been.
I
People
agree.
care about this. We long for that nostalgic feeling. We long for that physical connection with our media. And so I'm hoping that this movie can help keep pushing us in the right direction.
Right. I totally agree. I think just like it being out there and people are just being aware of it, like I feel like it'll lead in the right direction. I do want to talk about Fashion Week since that's where we kind of met.
Yeah.
How is covering Fashion Week?
Do you want the real answer? It's great. It's time consuming.
Okay.
It's soul sucking, but it's
Right.
at the same time, it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
Because you're running around, you're maybe not eating, you're not drinking, you're not, you're sweating, everything, you're completely tired, but you're getting to do what you've dreamt of doing, or at least I'll speak for myself. I dreamt of doing that. I dreamt of being the girl running behind the scenes, talking to the designers, running back to write the story. I glamorized it in my head, so it is definitely less glamorous than what I made it out to be, but it's just the hard work part of it, and I find beauty in the work as well, because if you don't, you're gonna drown.
Yeah.
And so I found myself becoming cynical sometimes towards the end of the fashion weeks.
Yeah.
But I always have to pinch myself and say, this is what you wanted, and you're doing it. And it's hard work, but it's going to pay off. And it is. So it's a lot of getting to the venue, hopefully interviewing people, and really focusing on the artwork aspect of the fashion that you're seeing.
Right. When you are sitting and looking at the clothes going down the runway, is there anything specific that you look at, or you're just kind of like taking it all in, and then later on you'll get tips of like what the designer was thinking when they made the collection? Like, what do you view when you're watching the fashion shows?
I always look at hopefully the brand staples that I can spot. I want to see if they're reimagining anything, because before I go to a fashion show, I always look at the last collection, the most recent collection that designer did, whether it's with that brand or not. Maybe it's a debut.
Right.
So I always want to see, what does that designer normally do, and then I can compare it. Of course, you also should probably go further back than just one season, but sometimes you look at the most recent one and see how it's evolving, how that story is changing, because a lot of times they're referencing themselves or the brand codes at large. And so I look at those brand codes. I try to see if I can spot them on the runway before I go interview a designer.
Got it.
I also want to see if there's something exciting, if there's something different, whether for the brand or the designer. If there's something not exciting, I'm interested in that as well. What happened here? Why is this not sparking joy in my brain right now? Why don't I like it? I want to know why. And so I'm always looking for something to give me a feeling, whether it's good or bad. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes if I feel nothing, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I guess I'll say that.
Okay, love. Where do you think where do you think journalism is headed in the next 5 to 10 years?
My gosh, I hope it's headed somewhere good. I think, as I said, I think the younger generation, including myself, we want to see physical media.
Right.
And I think we want more of a connection with whatever media we are interacting with. So I really want to see thoughtfulness prevail. I think our fact-checking needs to remain strong and continue to be strong, especially with AI. I'm really worried about AI in the fashion and beauty space and the entire world. But in journalism specifically, there's so many people talking about AI is going to take journalism jobs. Why do you have writers when AI can just write everything for you? They can churn it out. I personally don't think AI will take over, especially in the journalism industry. Yes, learning to leverage it in your own way can help and can help you be more efficient. Personally, I am steering clear of it as a creative, but I understand that there can be a place for it. but I think journalism needs to learn how to use it without abusing it.
Right.
And from the top down, really valuing the writers and valuing that human touch in journalism.
Why do you think AI won't take over? Like a journalist?
Yeah, I think the human spirit is just too strong.
Yeah.
I think we feel very protective over our own art, whether it's writing, whether it's fashion, whether it's anything, honestly. I think our passions will prevail. And AI, though it is helpful, sure, it can help you write an email, it can help you with an Excel spreadsheet or anything like that. I think, what will that leave us with then? Because we still need that art and that amazing function. And so that's why I don't think AI will fully take over. Of course, it only looks scarier and scarier, but I don't think it can replace what amazing people are already creating.
I totally agree. Especially like when campaigns, they'll use AI and then the model will have like an extra finger or like something just looks so off. Yeah. Like it just looks
uncanny valley.
Yeah.
It's not real. Why are you selling something to me with someone who's not even real in this photo?
Yeah. Like, what do you think about AI models like H&M using them? When I heard that last year, because we were talking about it in my class, everyone was like flabbergasted. We were like, what?
Yeah. It's an interesting approach.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not going to buy something that a robot is wearing or a fake person, an idea of a person. I want to see how it works on a human body that's fully articulated. I don't understand it. I mean, I do, in that it means you don't have to hire a model, so it can make that easier. You can generate a photo in a second, and it's only getting better and harder to clock. So that is scary. That aspect of it is very scary. But again, I don't think you can replace the human imperfections because they're beautiful, and that's what makes art art. Because if I see just a completely overglossed face that doesn't feel real, that has no soul behind the eyes, I don't feel connected to that product. Right. If anything, I do not feel good about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think brands need to definitely learn to not abuse it too much.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
For someone who wants to break into fashion editorial, what do you think they should start?
Always with writing. Any byline. Make your own Substack. Make your own blog. Everything. Yeah. As long as you're writing. You don't have to publish it anywhere, honestly. Just write for yourself. Craft your voice. Once you figure out your voice, then you can get anything. You can do anything. Like if you have your voice set down, people will recognize that and they will want to hear that voice. So as long as you're writing, as long as you're crafting and honing that voice, I think you will be well off.
How did you build your voice?
A lot of writing.
Yeah.
A lot of trial and error. A lot of messing around with my friends. A lot of reviewing things with them, talking through stuff with them and saying, I can write this down. I can make this sound better. When I was in college, we would talk about the shows and talk about the what ifs, if we could go there, if we could see the show in person. We would review the shows to each other, say what we liked, what we didn't like. And so that helped me see what I liked just as a person, what I gravitated towards. And then I was able to articulate that by just writing it down to my friends, whether we're texting or we're just talking in person. I started to really develop what I sounded like, and I kept writing.
That's great. What is a non-negotiable that someone should, like a non-negotiable skill that someone should have when they want to enter into fashion journalism?
They have to be curious.
Curious?
Curious.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to be interested. Even if you don't know what you're going to find, I think you have to have your mind and your heart open for whatever you might find. Because if you go into things with a closed mind, with a closed heart, everything's not going to impress you. I want to see how things were made, why these were made. And if you don't have that curiosity to ask the why and the how, then I don't think you will find those things out. Yeah.
Like when you go to Fashion Week and you're like, why doesn't this make me feel some type of way? Okay, got it.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, that could be for anything. Even beauty. Like, why does this product work on some people, but why does it not work on me? What's in the formula? Why did this person make this product in the first place? How can I understand their thought process, and how can I show that to the world in a way that's through their words but slightly elevated?
I see. Got it. When you interview someone like a celebrity or a founder, how do you get in touch with them? Is it like still PR?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So oftentimes the PR will reach out to us. They'll pitch a brand, a celebrity, anything.
Got it.
A lot of times it's that. A lot of times it's us communicating with the PRs, reaching out to them directly, saying, I want to interview so-and-so about this. Can you get me in touch? When are they free? And so it's that back and forth. It goes back to those connections, especially with PR.
Right.
They are the gatekeepers. They will let you in. It's very helpful to know as many as you can, because they're only there to help you. They're there to help your story. They're there to help the client. So as long as you keep in touch with them, you will be rewarded.
Okay. Got it. Because I want to go into PR too, so that's interesting to know.
Yes.
So got it. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, I want to do like PR, but then also journalism. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which one do you feel more gravitated towards?
Journalism for sure. I've always been into writing, but I felt like it wasn't secure when I first started college, so I was like, let me do PR.
Yeah.
You know, and then once I'm in there, then I'll gravitate towards more journalism.
Yeah.
So
we work so closely together, and there are so many people who flip-flop.
Oh, really?
There are so many people who started in PR, they go to journalism, and vice versa. So
okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
Yes, all the time.
Okay, to wrap up, I have some fun questions, and I'm so excited about these. Okay, first, I want to know your thoughts on the Met Gala.
Okay.
Because I know you wrote an article about it, and you're into art. I read it.
Very much so.
So I want to know your thoughts on the Met Gala, and maybe your favorite looks, maybe some that weren't your favorite looks.
Yeah, of course. I am quite the art nerd. I go to the Met every Sunday.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
I'm obsessed. And I overall wasn't disappointed by this year's looks. I try to rein in my expectations every Met Gala. I'm like, don't go in with high expectations. Don't expect the men to wear anything other than a
suit,
black
tie.
suit. Yep. But I was more surprised than I thought I would be. I was pleasantly surprised with a good amount of outfits. I particularly loved Emma Chamberlain's Mugler.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
She killed it.
She really understands.
Yeah.
She really shows up to the Met.
Yeah.
And I also loved all the Klimt references. Chanel did Gracie Abrams. That was gorgeous. I loved that. I also loved Hunter Schafer.
Ooh,
that was an amazing recreation. And who else did I love? Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beyonce. Easy.
Always got to mention her.
Easy. Beyonce was stunning. I loved the skeletal just form.
Aspect of it, yeah.
That was amazing. Who else?
Was there any looks that weren't too hot for you?
Yes. Lauren Sanchez Bezos, which I also wrote about.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was particularly underwhelming for me because that painting, the John Singer Sargent, Madame X, is one of my favorite paintings in the Met. So I immediately clocked that reference, and I understand, I think, what she was trying to achieve.
Right.
The message felt hollow, which is what I wrote about. And so it was Schiaparelli, beautiful gowns. It's a beautiful gown.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Didn't hit the mark, basically.
Yes, like I wasn't completely in love with it.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the effort.
Yeah. I know. A lot of people didn't think, I feel like camp, when they did the camp theme, that kind of set the expectation for everyone who isn't really into fashion like that. And so they just expect it to be just like this over the top glamorous all the time. And so that's why some people are like, oh, this is like a boring look, or they didn't go all out. But it's like they are referencing art, so it's on theme technically, you know.
She was on theme. She really was. She referenced a picture to the T.
Right.
She made a full Schiaparelli made the full recreation for her. So she was on theme. Yes, that is true.
Just not.
And, yes. Yes.
Okay, so being a certified Swiftie, what is your favorite Taylor Swift red carpet look?
Oh my gosh. That's such a good one. It's... Okay, the one my mind immediately went to was the 1989, I believe it was the Grammys. It's the orange top and the pink skirt.
Yes, with the bob.
With the bob.
Yeah.
Like aggressive bob.
Yeah.
That one, I don't know why that was the first one that popped into my head. That was a moment.
Okay.
But I also loved, it was the like dripping in diamonds. Where was that? Was that the VMAs? It was one of those. She was like wearing a beautiful mini dress, and it was like, I hope that wasn't an Eras Tour look that I'm like mixing up.
I'll have to look it up after.
There was also the red mini dress with the T chain that was around her thigh.
Okay.
That one was like a major, because I remember we were like, well, is it T for Taylor or T for Travis? I remember that was like a big moment. It's T for Taylor.
Right.
But
it's T for herself.
Of course. Of course.
If you were to describe your wardrobe, what would it be, and what trends would you like to see come back?
Ooh. My wardrobe is very minimalist, very timeless, or at least I try.
Yeah. No, I love your watch. Like, gorgeous.
Thank you. I try to be very romantic. I think that's kind of what I gravitate towards. I love flowy dresses. I love flowy skirts, but at the same time, I love a button blazer. I love a flared silhouette. I think that's probably how I would describe the wardrobe. And then a trend that I want to see come back. Oh my God. I know trends that I don't want to see.
You can name both, honestly. We could start with trends you don't want to see.
Yeah. I mean, it's only because I was scarred in middle school by the skinny jeans. Like,
that was the time.
I can't do it. Do it again. I did rock them though. They were of the era.
Yeah, skinny jeans with, what was it? Adidas?
Yeah.
The striped Adidas? Yeah. Were you like with the Thrasher Vans t-shirt?
I don't know if I ever like fully indulged, but that was definitely of the moment. What do I want to see come back? Oh my gosh. Is it so Tumblr core of me if I say chokers?
Chokers? Okay, yeah.
I say, like, I don't really need the thick black ones.
Yeah,
I don't
thick
really,
velvet.
Yes,
yeah.
Those velvet ones. I don't really need those, but I did love a choker.
Okay.
I kind of want to see that come back. What else? I don't know.
They might come back. My coworker, yeah, he wore like he tied a shoestring and kind of did like a it was really cool.
I want to see the reimaginings of the trends.
Yeah.
Like I know they live in my brain as one way, but I want to see how they'll be reimagined. So I think that's what I want to see. If people can do the skinny jeans right, fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Okay, last question, and I'm excited about this one. So it's Kiss, Marry, Kill.
Okay.
Fashion Week, Met Gala, Vogue World.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, when I thought of that one, I was like, this is so good.
Gosh. I would kiss fashion. No. No, I would kiss Met Gala.
Okay, kiss Met Gala.
It's one night.
Yeah.
Met Gala's one night of the year.
Like dreamy, like a kiss. Yeah. Okay.
I would marry Fashion Week.
Okay.
Because we get a bunch of those, you know.
You get what?
We get a bunch of fashion weeks.
Yeah.
We, I think that's a lot more time you're spending together. So I would marry Fashion Week, and then I guess I'd kill Vogue World. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Vogue World. I still love you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining with me today. I'm so happy you came, and just thank you so much.
Thank you. This was amazing. I appreciate it.